Hello again, Marguerita here, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you Emotional Freedom Technique, or EFT, which is based on the ancient healing art form of acupuncture. But don't worry, we don't use any needles. We simply use the fingers to tap on the major acupressure points of the body. And this particular technique can be used for nearly anything, whether it be physical pain, emotional trauma, negative belief systems, blocks that you might have to success and freedom in your life. And what I'm going to do while I'm showing you the technique today is actually help to clear one of the biggest blocks that people have to realizing financial freedom in their lives. So I think you're going to get a lot out of this video. Firstly though, I'm simply going to show you the points for that we're going to use for EFT. Now, I will show you the entire technique. Most people just do the short form, but I like to use the full form sometimes when I feel really blocked about something, or one of my clients feels really blocked. I like to take them through the full procedure. So that's what I'm going to do for you today, is show you the full procedure. So firstly, the tapping points. The first one is on the inside of the eye, just on the bony part there, right on the edge of the eyebrow. And then we go to the outside of the eye, again on the bony part. And then under the eye, again on that bony ridge there. Now under the nose. Now the tapping, you don't have to bruise yourself, but it does need to be a little bit firm. Then on the chin there, in the little dimple point. Now there's on the knobby bit of your collarbone, just go around about 1 inch down. You'll find there's a bit of a dip there. So tap in there with your fingers. Then lift your arm, and this point is about 3 to 4 inches underneath your armpit. And for the women, it's actually on the bra strap. And then there's another point where all the acupressure points actually meet, and that's at the top of the head. So just use 3 or 4 fingers to tap in a circle around that point on the top of your head. Now you can use either hand for this, left or right, and you can tap on either side of the body. It doesn't matter, okay? Now this is the extended version of the technique. So we're going to tap on the points of the hand, and then we're going to do some weird things with our eyes, okay? So just bear with me. There is a point on the side of the thumb right next to the cuticle, tap there. Then on the side of the second finger, again next to the cuticle. Third finger, same place. Skip the fourth. Go to the little finger right there, same place next to the nail bed there. Now, see between the 4th and 5th knuckles, in that fleshy part there, it's called the gamut point. We're going to go there and tap in there. Now we're going to do some weird things with our eyes now, so just stick with me. Close your eyes, open them, close them, open them. Down to the right, really hard, keep your head straight, and straight ahead, down hard to the left, straight ahead. Roll your eyes all the way in one direction. So you're seeing the floor, the ceiling, and both sides of the room. All the way in the other direction. Now you're going to pick a song that makes you feel a bit happy inside. It could be Happy Birthday, it could be a Christmas carol, absolutely anything that works for you. You don't have to sing it, you just have to hum it for a few seconds. And then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hum. Okay, and then we go back and we do the tapping points again. And before we start the tapping, the tapping on the points of the body, we'll actually tap on this point, the karate chop point. So, and you'll repeat some phrases after me. This point is called the setup point. And it simply, literally sets you up to help you to release whatever it is that you want to release. So as I said, we're now going to help to remove one of the biggest blocks that many people have to financial freedom. And this is your anxiety or your stress levels around money, believe it or not. Because if you're not vibrating in alignment with financial freedom and with money, then you're simply pushing it away. And if you have fear and anxiety and stress around money, then literally it's a very, very powerful vibration, and it will just continue to create what you already have. So one of the biggest things that we need to do before we even look at our negative belief systems is actually remove that vibration of fear, anxiety, and stress. So to find out just how stressed you are around money, this could get a bit uncomfortable. I want you to think about your current income. So write it down on a piece of paper if you like. Write down your current income. I then want you to think about the debt that you have at the moment. Any bills that haven't been paid. I know it can be pretty uncomfortable depending on where you're at. So having a look at the debt and your income, and just think about how you feel about that. This emotional freedom technique is all about the feeling. So this is why I want you to get in touch with where your vibration is around money and finances. So you may feel, again, stressed, anxious, fearful. You may feel like there's never enough. That's very common. People feel like there's just not enough. Sometimes they might feel ashamed about their level of debt. How did they get to this point in the first place? They feel like they're never going to get ahead, like there's this big black cloud hanging over them. There's a variety of different feelings that you could have around money. And most people, there's certainly a lot of anxiety and stress and fear. So this is what we're going to focus on today, because there is no moving forward unless you reduce this level of panic within you. You can talk about being positive until the cows come home, but if you have an underlying feeling of fear and anxiety, then you just can't get from point A to point B. So let's reduce this level of fear and anxiety first, okay? So we start by tapping on the karate chop point and repeat after me. Even though I feel all this stress about my financial situation, I deeply and completely love and accept who I am and how I feel. Even though I feel really anxious because there's never enough money, and I have no idea how I'm going to pay all these bills, I profoundly love and accept myself anyway. Even though thinking about my income and my debts brings up all this fear and anxiety, I choose to love and accept who I am and be open to releasing these feelings of fear. Okay, go to the inside of the eye. All this anxiety about money. I just never have enough. Under the eye. I get all this squirrely feeling in my belly when I look at my debts. Under the nose, because I have no idea how I'm going to pay them. Chin, all this stress and anxiety. Collarbone. I feel all this fear when I look at my debts. Under the arm. I just wish I had more money to cover my debts. Top of the head. It would even be nice to have some money left over to have fun. Inside of the eye. But that's never going to happen. Outside of the eye. I can't even pay my debts. Under the eye. There's just never enough. Under the nose. And I feel so stressed and anxious all the time about money. Chin. I have all this fear in my stomach. Collarbone. Because I have no idea how to pay my debts. Under the arm. I just don't have enough money coming in. Top of the head. How did I even get to this situation? Inside of the eye. I feel a little bit ashamed that I'm here right now. Outside of the eye. I feel some guilt about all the debt that I've accumulated. Under the eye. I feel a bit stupid that I've created this situation for myself. Under the nose. I have all this fear because I don't have enough money. Chin. I'm always working so hard and struggling to have enough money. Collarbone. I'm really ready to let go of all this fear and anxiety right now. Under the arm. Because I know it's stopping me from realizing true financial freedom. Top of the head. And I am open to realizing more financial freedom and more creative ways to create more money in my life. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And again, in and out. Now, because you've shifted some energy around, the deep breathing just helps you to settle that a little bit and move the old energy out more quickly. Now, I was very naughty. Before I started to teach you the technique and to do the tapping rounds, what I forgot to do was get you to rate that feeling of stress and anxiety. We try to always remember to rate our feelings before we start, because then we know that they've actually come down. So the rating is between a scale of 0 to 10, and 10 being the most intense that feeling could be for you, so you fear and stress around money, and 0 being that it's not true at all, it's all gone. So what I'd like you to do now is rate that feeling between 0 and 10 of how intense that feeling is for you around money, the stress and anxiety around money. Okay, now, if it's anything above a 2, what I really want you to do is go back and do that tapping again on all those things that I was talking about, or the fear and stress and anxiety. And the really cool thing with EFT is that you can use this yourself. You can use any language. You can swear if you like, if that really works for you. And it's all about the feeling. So whatever phrases work for you, if there's a particular thought that comes into your head that really pertains to you, go with that. You really can't go wrong with this particular technique. I do advise you to take care of your own health and well-being. And if you feel that what is coming up is just too intense for you to be able to deal with, and you need some supervision, you need help from a practitioner, look out for a practitioner, because sometimes we have feelings that are just so overwhelming, we don't actually know how to deal with them specifically. So again, once that rating gets down to a 2, what I'm going to do now is go through a positive round about money, which when you get that rating down initially, this is going to help to really lock that good feeling around money in. So, tapping again on the karate chop point. Even though I still have a bit of fear and anxiety around money, because I still don't have enough, I profoundly love and accept who I am and how I feel. Even though I'm still holding on to some fear about money, because these debts haven't gone away yet, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Even though I'm still a little bit stressed about my finances, my income is still way too low, I choose to accept where I am and look for creative ways to have more income in my life. Okay, now inside of the eye. It would be so nice to create more income. Outside of the eye, it would be wonderful to be able to pay off my debts. Under the eye, my income still isn't that great. Under the nose, and I choose to be open to creative ways to create more income. Chin. I choose to be open to the infinite wisdom of the universe and all the ways I can create more money. Collarbone. There are thousands of ways I can create more money. Under the arm. I just haven't been open to them before. Top of the head. And I'm ready to see those ways now. Inside of the eye. I'm really ready to create more financial freedom in my life. Outside of the eye. I'm actually really excited about the possibilities. Under the eye, because I know there are thousands of ways for me to create more financial freedom in my life. Under the nose, I wonder what the universe has in store for me. Chin, I'm really curious how this money's going to turn up. Collarbone. I'm ready for some miracles about money. Under the arm. I am really ready to create more money in my life. Top of the head. And I am open to all the ways that that money could come to me easily and effortlessly. Okay, take a nice deep breath and release it. And again, in and release it. Well done. Fantastic. Okay, now I'd like you to go back and rate your feelings around money and financial freedom and the stress levels that you had before on a scale of 0 to 10. And you probably find that over the coming days that this number will fluctuate a bit. Even if you've got it down to a 0 today, It may come up a little bit again tomorrow. And the trick with EFT is to continue this process of tapping, of finding what the stress is actually about, where your fear is coming from, what you're really afraid of, and uncovering those negative belief systems, those negative emotions that you have buried for probably years, decades, because you didn't know how to deal with it, so you just kept burying them. So keep tapping, and as I've said before, on the right hand side at the top of this page you will find a registration for further videos on helping you to release your blocks to success and financial freedom, because it's very layered. There are multiple layers, and I'm going to help you with this free video course. All you need to do is register at the top right hand side of this page. And I look forward to hearing all your feedback on how the videos are working for you. So take care and happy tapping.